afternoon, boys and girls. I'm coming to you from the computer lab right now. And for ELA today, we're going to learn about making connections to stories and setting a purpose for reading. When you're setting a purpose for reading, you are telling someone why you love to read. What is it about reading that you love, and why do you do it? So that's what it means to set a purpose for reading. So one of the main reasons that you set a purpose for reading, or the purposes for reading, would be entertainment. So you read because you love it, because you like it. Or you could say it's for learning things, as far as read about things you learn. Like if you were really interested in cats, you'd read a book about cats and you learn that cats have claws and they have pointy ears and they have long tails. Well, some of them do anyways. So that's what the two main purposes are. There's also lots of benefits to reading. Like one benefit to reading would be you can refine your punctuation of words. You can learn a new language. You could learn about another culture. You could do a plethora of learning. Those are the main benefits to me as reading. Okay, so as far as making a connection, that's the next step in the reading process, is when you make a connection, you're finding something that you enjoy about reading that relates to something to you personally. Like, for example, for me, I really love the Selection series. It's one of my favorite series of books. And it's about a girl who becomes a princess after marrying a young prince. And I can make a connection to that because I love princesses. I mean, everyone wants to be a princess or a prince one day, so that's my connection to that story and that character. You can also make connections about where places are in stories, like the castle in the Harry Potter series that they go to school at, Hogwarts. I make connections from that because who wouldn't want to work and live in a castle? I mean, come on, that's incredible. That's a dream a lot of people should have. Or to have magical powers and learn how to use them in a magic school. I mean, that's great. And then another connection could be that we go to school every day. I mean, just like Harry Potter and his friends do, I go to school every day, and so do you guys when you're learning. You could also connect to the way a character feels in a story. Like, if a character is really sad about something, it could make you think about a time that you were really sad. Or if someone's really happy in a story and something exciting happened in their life, you could connect that to something that you're really excited about. One connection that students made in class today would be concerning the story we read on the first day of school. We Don't Eat Our Classmates. It's a story about a dinosaur who goes to school for the first time, and she learns a very important rule that you don't eat the people in your classroom. And I helped the students in class today learn that we made a connection on that because we also learned the rules of the classrooms and the procedures of how things go in the classroom. So that's how you make a connection. What we're going to do next is I'm going to read you a little bit of the story of Matilda. And let me pull it up. I'm going to read you a little excerpt of the first chapter of the book of Matilda. And after I'm done reading, in the comment section, I would love it if you guys would post a connection that you have to the story. Okay. I'm going to flip my camera so you can see. Will it let me? It's not going to let me. Okay. So I'm going to try and do it this way. Alright, so you guys can see. Alright, she says, Daddy said, do you think you could buy me a book? A book, he said. What do you want a flaming book for? To read, Daddy. What's wrong with the telly, for heaven's sakes? We've got a lovely telly with a 12-inch screen, and now you come asking for a book? You're getting spoiled, my girl. Nearly every weekday afternoon, Matilda left the house alone. Her brother, who was 5 years older than her, went to school, and her father went to work, and her mother went out playing bingo in the town 8 miles away. Miss Wormwood was hooked on bingo and played it 5 afternoons a week. One afternoon, on the afternoon of the day when her father had refused to buy her a book, Matilda set out to herself to walk to the public library in the village. When she arrived, she introduced herself to the librarian, Miss Phelps, who asked if she might sit a while and read a book. Miss Phelps was slightly taken back at the arrival of such a tiny girl, who was unaccompanied by a parent, nevertheless, and told her that she was very welcome. "Where are the children's books, please?" Matilda asked. "They're over there on the lower shelves," Miss Phelps told her. "Would you like me to help you find a nice one with lots of pictures in it?" "No, thank you," Matilda said. I'm sure I can manage." From then on, every afternoon, as soon as her mother left for bingo, Matilda would toddle her way down to the library. The walk took only 10 minutes and allowed the 2 glorious hours sitting quietly by herself in a cozy corner, devouring one book after another. When she had read every single children's book in the place, she started wandering around in search for something else. Miss Phelps, who had been watching her with fascination for the past few weeks, now got up on her desk and went over to her. "Can I help you, Matilda?" she asked. "I'm wondering what to read next," Matilda said. "I've finished all the children's books." "You mean you looked at the pictures?" "Yes, but I also read the books as well." Miss Phelps looked down at Matilda from her great height, and Matilda looked right back up at her. I thought some were very poor," Matilda said, "but others were lovely, like the Secret Garden. I liked the Secret Garden best of all, and was full of mystery, and the mystery of the room behind. The closed door with the mystery of the garden behind the wall." Miss Phelps was stunned. "Exactly how old are you, Matilda?" 4 years and 3 months, Matilda said. Miss Phelps was more stunned than ever that she had the sense not to show it. "What sort of book would you like to read next?" she asked. Matilda said, "I would like a very good one that grown-ups read, a famous one. I don't know any names." Miss Phelps looked along the shelves, taking her time. She didn't quite know what to bring out. How, she asked herself, does one choose a famous grown-up book for a 4-year-old? Girl, and her first thought was to pick a young teenager's romance and the kind of written for 15-year-old schoolgirls, but for some reason she found herself instinctively walking past the particular self. "Try this," she said at last. "It's very famous and very good. If it's not too long for you, just let me know and I'll find something shorter and easier." "Great Expectations," Matilda read, by Charles Dickens. "I'd love to try it." "I must be mad," Miss Phelps told herself to Matilda, and she said, "Of course you may try it." Just like Matilda in this book, I personally love to read. I'm one of those people who, if you give me a book, it's going to take me to a million different places. Okay, so that's my connection to the story. I love to read. I love that books can take you anywhere. I love that you can learn so many things and there are great pictures in the books. So, what I want you guys to do in the comment section of this video, I need you to write your own connection to this first excerpt from Matilda. Okay, thanks and have a great day, guys.